So definitely think of that. Great weather for festivities. You're wearing purple too. You want to say that's about
We are wearing purple
that's
right, in honor of pancreatic cancer victims out there. It is one of the deadliest cancers out there, and so we're raising awareness today by wearing purple.
So just a good day.
A lot going on.
All around. 7 o'clock, let's talk about it, guys. As we head into the weekend, school bus stop, 50 degrees, crisp and cool. In fact, you may just say chilly out there with much cooler temperatures. A lot of our suburbs are in the upper 40s, so definitely want a couple layers out there. We do have one advisory out there right now. Look at we made it to the 30s, guys. We were waiting for this at 7 o'clock. The freeze warning right here in light blue, that is for tonight for Gainesville, but we got there. 37 in Ocala, 38 in Gainesville, and we were forecasting upper 40s for Orlando. So it looks like the temperatures just changed here at the top of the hour. So 47 Daytona Beach, 46 in Leesburg. We will have gorgeous sunshine all day today, so it's going to look good. You just got to be ready for that wind to never let it feel warm out there. It's going to be very nice and sunny and beautiful. Winds are averaging about 6 to 14 miles an hour, so that's always going to keep a little bit of a bite in the air. But the rain that we saw, just a stray shower or two last night, all gone. Clouds are gone too. Here's your feel-like temperature, by the way. Feels like 33 now. That's your wind chill in Ocala. 36 in Gainesville. 41 is the wind chill and the feel-like temperature in Volusia, Flagler, and Lake County, and 44 for Seminole, Brevard, Orange, and Osceola County. So we're going to want those coats that have a little more padding in it today. But again, gorgeous sunshine, 15 to 25 mile an hour winds, sunny all day today with only a high of 67. We'll talk about the weekend numbers coming up after your headlines. Those begin right now.
Thank you, sir. It's 7:02 in the news now. This morning, we are hoping to learn new information after investigators discover a body in the search for Nicole Fields.
The 27-year-old woman was last seen over a week ago at the Osceola County Courthouse. Yesterday, deputies searching in the area of Poinciana discovered a body. They knew where to search after getting information from Fields' ex-boyfriend. Patrick McGee's is live this morning. He is at the Osceola County Jail where that ex-boyfriend, Stephen Lewis, is right now being held on aggravated battery charges. But I imagine, Patrick, that those charges could potentially be changing.
Well, investigators, Amy, tell us that they're in no rush to bring additional charges against Lewis. Right now, as you mentioned, he is being held at no bond here for a charge related to this case. But it's likely that another lawyer for Lewis could get that changed, so it's possible that any charges related to the murder would come well before that ever happened. Now, investigators tell us information that they gathered from Stephen Lewis during a 48-hour marathon interrogation is what led them to the search area there near the Osceola County-Polk County line, and they say Lewis also told them that Nicole Fields might be dead. Now, after the ground search began, it only took a day and a half for the missing woman's remains to be found. At this point, investigators won't say if Lewis has told them how Nicole Fields died, but looking at her family members who were out at the crime scene yesterday, you could tell that really didn't matter to them. After that horrible discovery was made, Nicole Fields, the family members wouldn't say anything about Stephen Lewis, but we did catch up with their stepfather, and he says at least now they can begin the process of saying goodbye.
We feel much better now, finding her.
Now, earlier this week, I asked investigators if Stephen Lewis would be taken out to the search area. At that point, they wouldn't confirm or deny it. Well, we now know that Stephen Lewis was out with searchers yesterday, and we've been told he cooperated throughout this investigation. Now, prosecutors will be able to choose whether or not they will use what he did and said throughout this entire case against him in court. We're live here in Osceola County. I'm Patrick Pegues. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Patrick. This morning, a man is facing charges after being arrested at Walt Disney World. Lloyd Miller is accused of peeping into a women's bathroom stall inside of Epcot. The victim says she saw him looking over her stall. Her husband chased after the guy as he ran for the park's exit, but then security stepped in and grabbed him. Turns out the 42-year-old has already been banned from all Disney properties. He's now facing voyeurism, loitering, and prowling, as well as trespassing charges.
New developments this morning in the Penn State child sex abuse scandal. The assistant coach who reportedly saw what was going on with Coach Jerry Sandusky when he sexually assaulted a boy is now receiving death threats. Fox 35's Michelle Berto is standing by with the very latest as the story continues to develop this morning. Good morning, Michelle.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, those death threats are forcing Mike McCreary to stay away from the stadium altogether on Saturday when Penn State plays their last home game. McCreary was the graduate student who allegedly saw Jerry Sandusky with a boy in a locker room back in 2002. Now, McCreary testified in a grand jury investigation which led to Sandusky's charges. McCreary told Paterno when the incident occurred, but he never told police, and now some people are questioning whether he should go as well. Meanwhile, students have been calm since the latest incident when they stormed the streets at the university, toppled a news van. Students first learned of their coach getting fired on Wednesday night. So far, we're learning that situations like this haven't been happening currently within the past 24 hours at Penn State University as they gear up for this final game on Saturday. Meanwhile, getting back to McCreary, he himself is a Penn State graduate. He actually played, John, for Paterno as a starting quarterback in 1997. So a lot going on in this investigation.
Yeah, and in addition, Joe, Paterno back in the news today. Several news sources are reporting that Paterno has approached a prominent criminal defense attorney. Paterno's advisors are said to have contacted J. Sedgwick Solers. In case that name sounds familiar, well, he's the one who represented President George H.W. Bush in the Iran-Contra affair. Solers has declined to comment at this point. And of course, you can follow those latest developments in the Penn State child sex abuse scandal by going to our website, myfoxorlando.com.
Happening today, state lawmakers are tackling the controversial issue of bringing casino gambling here to Central Florida. Today, a group of leaders will hold a panel on the issue at the downtown Orlando Marriott starting at noon. Right now, lawmakers are working on a bill that would bring more casinos to our area. Many are for it, others against it on moral grounds. We will be at that panel discussion. Of course, we'll let you know what happens tonight on Fox 35 News at 5. All new this morning, an official in Governor Rick Scott's administration will have to pay back the state for allegedly being overpaid for vacation time. Dean Kowalczyk was given $21,000 for unused leave last December because it appeared he would be replaced as the general counsel for the Department of Elder Affairs. He never left that post, so he now has 3 years to pay back all of that money.
All right, it is 7:07. Time for a check on your live drive traffic this morning.
And Liz Horton's been very busy all week long. We're hoping for a better day for you today.
I have, but it seems like somebody somewhere has decided to give me a little break this morning because traffic out there is actually almost as good as I've seen it for this time of morning. This is I-4 right here at 436, and of course, generally we have a lot of traffic around the Altamont Springs area, but this morning it's actually pretty light out there. No major congestion blocking any of those lanes. Of course, as we take you out to a brief overview here of Orlando, you can see really all of our major roadways moving just fine. If you're traveling anywhere throughout Brevard County, anywhere up to Flagler, Volusia, no major issues for our coastal regions either this morning. Let's go ahead and change our camera view here. We also have one other viewpoint for you once we get to I-4 at Michigan. We earlier had a police officer here with this disabled vehicle that was blocking one lane, but you can see here all the lanes are open for I-4 eastbound and moving just fine. And of course, I'm sure that stranded motorist will be getting some help shortly. And that's about it in the traffic world. If you want to continue following me throughout the day, you can go to my Twitter page at Fox 35 Liz Horton or follow us online at myfoxorlando.com and just click right there on the traffic tab. John and Amy.
And by the way, a quick traffic reminder for you for the weekend. Tomorrow you can expect some big changes on the 408 and 417. It's going to happen on the 417 southbound exit ramp. It's now going to be on the right side of the road. This area is really confusing already, but expressway officials say they are making these changes to improve safety on the interchange. It's a part of the authority's widening and improvement project. So be on the lookout for that. You've driven that.
Yes.
You get in that area and you're like, okay, which side am I going to?
Yeah,
so now
that'll make it better, hopefully.
All right, still to come here on Good Day. Should illegal immigrants who went to high school here in Florida be allowed to pay in-state tuition?
Florida lawmakers are going to be taking up that issue after the break. We're going to be talking one-on-one with State Representative Rich Workman. Find out what he thinks about all this. That's coming up.
Plus, some big-name acts like Bob Seger and Kid Rock are coming to the Orlando Music Festival. We're live at the Citrus Bowl where they're getting ready for a rockin' weekend. It's 7:09. You're watching Good Day here on Fox 35.
News, weather, traffic, and even video on your phone. Get the Fox 35 app now. Go to myfoxorlando.com and click on mobile.
Welcome back to Good Day 712 right now. We do want to thank all of the veterans out there today who have sacrificed so much for our country. We're so grateful for all of you. Today, of course, is Veterans Day on this 11/11/11. Lots of events to honor the men and women of our military. Today at Universal Orlando, more than 400 people who served in the armed forces will be taking part in a special parade that starts at 11 this morning. We do have a full list of Veterans Day events on our website. Just go to myfoxorlando.com. John?
Also this morning, a controversial issue is headed to to the state legislature. In the upcoming session, lawmakers are going to start a debate on a bill that would allow children of illegal immigrants to receive in-state tuition at universities and colleges if they graduate from a Florida high school. But this isn't for kids who are born here. The kids are illegals too. And it's an issue that has a lot of people talking this morning, so let's talk about it. State Representative Rich Workman is with us once again. Thanks so much for coming in.
Great.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
All right, what do you think about this bill? Is it going to go anywhere once it gets up to Tallahassee?
Look, you don't have to be a member of the Rockledge Rotary Club to know that this bill is terrible. It's got no legs. If it gets one hearing, I'll be surprised. You don't get special in-state tuition if you're an illegal alien. I don't care if you went to high school here or not. In fact, it's arguable whether you should take part in all of our free services like health care and education as an illegal alien. We can argue that fact. We certainly have no basis to argue whether or not an illegal alien has a right to in-state tuition.
Now, Mr. Workman, be careful. I mean, even the Orlando Sentinel agrees with you in their editorial page. They say an illegal immigrant from Mexico would pay less than a legal resident from Mississippi.
It does make me think I should change my view, but they might have gotten this one right by mistake.
I knew there was a shot there somewhere. Okay, let me take the contrarian viewpoint for you here. All right, these are kids who were brought here by their parents. They had no choice in the matter. If we don't educate them, then they might be a drain on the system, right or wrong?
Well, isn't that the excuse we use to allow them to go to our free public schools? We also have to give them in-state tuition. I'm not trying to be a hater, if you will. The bottom line is, it's arguable, but we spend about $3 billion a year in Florida alone on illegal immigration through our penal system, through our education system, and through our healthcare system. How much more must the taxpayers burden?
So bottom line, this bill by Senator Gary Siplin from here in Orlando, it's going to be heard in committees probably pretty soon, or will it?
Well, it could be, but I really doubt this bill is going to be heard at all. I would be shocked if it was heard. It doesn't have we're into cutting the budget right now. We're into balancing the state budget. We're into making the right choices to make Florida come out of this recession, create jobs, as you hear a lot about. We're not into giving in-state tuition to illegal aliens.
All right, State Representative Rich Workman, thanks, man. Good to see you once again.
Good to see you. Thanks so much.
All right. It is 7:14 here on Good Day. Jim, you're also making news this morning. My goodness, it's chilly out there.
It has got everybody talking, that's for sure. Take a look. Some of the wind gusts have been actually clocked up around 22 to 32 miles an hour. In fact, looks like right here on the other side of the Fox 35 logo. If you got the good TVs, the expensive ones, you can see right there. Thank you guys in the control room. The 32 miles an hour over on Clearwater, 22 miles an hour is what we're clocking at the Sanford Airport. And in fact, maybe off the cuff, if we're able to take Skyfox in a moment, guys, it looks like they're over Lake Jessup. Look at the water, just the wind churning that water up as well. I mean, that's what the winds are doing out there, normally calm. So imagine the gators are not wandering out on the water right now. They're probably all huddled up and trying to stay warm. So we're going to keep these breezes pretty strong. Now, that's the gusts. The sustained winds around 5 to 16 miles an hour. All of that is important because it will make your temperatures when you step outside always feel much cooler than what the thermometer will read. So 3 to 14 miles an hour, that's what we're averaging right now. 51 degrees. I want to show you this gorgeous webcam. Look at the blue skies too, and looking back towards the Orlando area. We are seeing a range of temperatures. 51 is actually one of the warmer readings. We are seeing 30s, 37 in Ocala, 38 in Gainesville. That light blue for Alachua County, that is a freeze warning, but it's for tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. And we have made it into the 40s now, guys, in Orange and Seminole, Lake, Volusia, and Polk County, as well as Flagler County. Temperatures are between 46 and 49 degrees. You factor in that wind and the feel-like temperature, the wind chill for the kids headed off to class, 41 degrees around Daytona Beach, around DeLand, Leesburg, around Eustis. 33, that is biting pretty hard around Ocala. That's a pretty good little sting. Now, again, it looks gorgeous for our Veterans Day today, and we're posting stuff on our social sites thanking our vets, by the way. Looking forward to honoring you at parades today. But watch out around the water. We're still, even though Sean's going away, waves 6 to 10 feet, 15 to 25 mile an hour winds. Just water not going to be a good place to be. Low tides around 145. Sunny and 67 for high school games tonight, or for anything you want to do. We're looking at clear skies, just breezy and quite chilly. 61 at 6 p.m., 56 at 9 o'clock and just dropping fast. Those temperatures are going to plummet. 52 around 11 o'clock, and we will settle tomorrow morning with clear skies. Very, very cold. 49 in Palm Bay, Melbourne, and Cocoa Beach. 44 around New Smyrna Beach, around Palm Coast. 47 in Orlando, around areas of Popka and Zellwood. 39 degrees in Leesburg and 35 in Ocala. And the 7-day forecast. Again, beautiful Vets Day for all of our veterans, just as long as you're ready for the wind, but gorgeous and sunny. 75 tomorrow and a beautiful day after that crisp, cold start. And then Sunday, just picture perfect. We start at 56, end up at 79 degrees with mostly sunny skies. We're back in the 80s by Monday next week. That's a look at the next 7 days. What about the Friday morning drive? How's it looking, Liz?
Well, things are starting to pick up out there, Jim, which is typical for this time of morning. But here's the big news. We don't have any delays reported yet on I-4. Take a look at this. Westbound and eastbound traffic still delay free. The same for 408 coming in from the Greenway and downtown. However, we have just gotten an accident reported on 408 westbound near the Alafaya Trail area. So you may want to consider using Colonial if we start to see some problems. This is I-4 at Princeton Street. You can see here cars just zooming right on by. Absolutely nothing to worry about here. We have one other camera view for you this morning, and I think you'll probably see a pretty similar picture once we get over there to I-4 at World Drive. I tell you, I've been looking all around the attractions areas this morning, and we haven't seen anything major affecting your morning ride. So if we don't have that camera, just take my word for it and know that you are in the clear there. Of course, I'm going to continue tracking all of the traffic and have more for you in just a few minutes. John and Amy.
All right, thanks a lot, Liz. $3.27 is what you're going to pay in this morning's Pump Patrol. You're going to find that at the Shell station on 535 South. That's right near Vistana Drive in Orlando. All right, this weekend, get ready for a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, Orlando Calling is this weekend at the Citrus Bowl. It's a huge concert featuring some pretty big names, including some guys that I would really like to get down there and see. And Fox 35's Tiffany Tift is live down at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando this morning. So tell us all about it, Tiff.
It is a big event. Folks have been waiting for this one for a while. I knew